Hello, welcome. Just the two of us, or three. Eva.
There's so many like a lot of like sensations and a lot of thoughts. It takes me. So it's just good that you giggle because yeah,
Yeah. Mm. It's amazing what happens with the body then, isn't it? It nearly, it's as if it freezes a bit. It's like, yeah. And then the moment you see and, it can rearrange and it can move again, what happens then? I'm curious in your
yeah.
experience.
Then I feel then the freeze stops and then I start breathing again. And I just feel the sensations, but yeah, the sensations are confusing or like or no, yeah, I don't know. It feels like the sensations are like I'm afraid of those. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. And then it goes into thought.
yeah,
What happens to the thoughts when the body is included again?
yeah, they stop.
It's quite amazing, isn't it? Yeah. So, if there's sensations, let's just see if it's possible that we are present with the sensations. Let's just see if it's possible. Just, together. Like, okay, just sensations. Let's see if we can, any label we take off. We're not labeling at all, just if it's possible, if not, we don't. So be easy on the sensations, please. Mm. Oh, you're doing so beautiful, so beautifully. Mm. Mhm. Mm.
It's really amazing because I can really feel that whole story that is attached to those sensations that it's really it it really doesn't make any sense. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't really have to do anything with what I'm feeling because I really don't know what it's just sensations. Yeah, it's really
Yes.
good to see.
Yes. And how is it when we are present with the sensations?
Yeah, that it just feels really good, included, and there's no problem.
It's quite amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing how strong also that connection is to that story and that belief. And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Up until now.
yeah,
Because you just
yeah,
saw very clearly.
yeah.
And you shared with us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really,
So let's just see again. Oh, I'm not sure if you can still hear me. You're a bit frozen.
and any story would be, oh, anything would be a story. But in this case, it was these sensations were connected to a story of like unworthiness, like, yeah, like not good enough or rejection and all those things. Yeah,
What a joke, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Actually. I mean, actually, really, what a joke. Yeah. When we look from another place, when
And
it's
then,
activated,
yeah,
believes it. Yeah.
and I notice also that I then go a lot into comparison, which is also, of course, like I
Yes.
become aware of that a lot actually that I'm doing that
Yes.
sometimes more often, and I can it just it doesn't make any sense either.
So you also can see that with that story and the sensations, a an identity appears, isn't it? Because all of a sudden you say, I do that, and I.
Yeah,
All of a sudden an I is born, an
yeah,
identity.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. See, when you're present with sensation, there's still Ava, but there is something else that is just, yeah, noticing it or seeing it, or which is amazing. We can't really speak about that. You can call it observer, you can call it that's who you are, or what is, but we don't really know. It just is not really an identity, isn't it? That which sees. It's just so wide and big, but it has a heart. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, I can really feel that there is like this freeze or this cramp um, from very early. It feels that got stuck there because of an idea of shame and yeah, rejection, and that I can feel that oh yeah, that yeah, that I can actually now, uh, get unstuck
Just,
or something. Yeah.
just seeing, just seeing, just seeing, kind of just letting it know that it is seen and it is acknowledged. That's actually all. It's not made right, it's not made wrong. It's just, yeah, the bigness of you sees it. Oh wow. Oh wow. And I'm here. I'm here. Have no solution, don't have anything to offer. I come with absolute empty hands, but my arms are open. My heart is open. That's so beautiful, isn't it? It's like, wow, nothing has to be different. Nothing has to be changed. Nothing has to be worked on. And pure presence is right there. How are those sensations now? I'm just curious if they're the same or worse, or, I mean, worse, stronger or less. Just
Yeah,
curious.
a little bit in the middle of it.
In the middle.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. So let's just see again if we can. Let me see. It's nearly like holding still, but in a relaxed way. Let me see if I can. I'll show you, and you see if you can follow this. You're multitasking at the same time. Mm.
Yeah, I think I can feel. Um, yeah, and yeah, it feels like really soft and allowing and very loving presence. Yeah,
Yes, yes, exactly. Mm. Soft and allowing, yeah. That's kind of surrender. You say, okay, I'm here. You can rip me apart. I'm
yeah.
here. Okay, I'm here. Mm. No resistance.
Oh, that's so nice. Those thoughts and then that
Yeah.
oh urge because it wants to do something, of course, and it's so uncomfortable and it's actually it's so now if you see it, it's so obvious that it comes because of these thoughts. But if you
Yes.
that you don't see it and it thinks there is like a solution, and it needs a solution. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, because it feels like a threat or something. It's
Absolutely. Oh, it feels nearly unbearable. Mm. It feels unbearable, actually. Mm.
Yeah, but actually when I just feel the sensation, it's not unbearable at all, but it's exactly the idea about it. Yeah.
It's the movement away.
Yeah.
It's the movement away that creates the confusion and the pain and the suffering. If, wow, if you show up, if you run the whole time, so it seems like it runs after you. If you stop and you face it, so okay, come, come, I'm
Yeah.
here, I'm here. It gives in. It's just the opposite. It's interesting how it works.
Yeah.
Mhm. And there's another thing. When it runs, it really feels like a separate entity. So, what we're doing now, that facing and turning around, is we do that together. So the moment the system gets a sense of not being alone, it doesn't even mean that you as an entity can't do it alone. It's just that when it gets a bit wider, it gets a sense of connection.
Yeah.
And then all is well. Then all is well. But when it feels, it gets an impression of that it's actually all alone, that it's abandoned, and that it's not worthy, and that it's not good enough, and all those kind of thought forms on top, it actually just wants to die. It wants to get away from that as fast as possible, because it is actually unbearable. Mm. So no wonder. But then when it comes into connection again, all is well. How are those sensations now? Let's just see.
Yeah. And now I can feel them. Um,
Wow, you can feel them.
and I actually can feel that it's connected to something. That's the images that come like to something very uh, early.
Mm.
Um, I'm not sure if that's relevant, but that it feels like it froze up or something,
Mm. Mm.
and
Oh,
that it's
how
not
wonderful.
related. Yeah,
How wonderful. So now it shows, you know, in form of images or, little movies where it actually wired itself like this.
yeah,
Yeah, so where it had an impression, I guess, because you mentioned it seemed like very early. So where it was alone. And then it got an impression of itself that it has done something wrong. So something must be wrong with it.
yeah.
Yeah. So we can go there and just letting it know, oh, it's okay. We're here now. Took a few years, but now we're here.
Yeah.
Time
Just a
doesn't
couple.
does yeah, doesn't much matter because I always see how available those organizations are to be picked up. It's like for them, time does not exist, it seems. It's like, gosh, finally you're here. Oh, finally you're here. And then let's just see if how how it can be received. Yeah, see, there comes a yawn. So much holding.
Yeah. Poof.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, and really, I can see how much that idea I brought into to with me. Like
Yes.
so much. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, a lot of us had an impression of something was wrong with us. Mm. Yeah, I mean, makes also sense, and there's a young being and, it needs the mother in the best case or somebody that takes care about it. And when that is interrupted in a way, for whatever reason, not blaming our mothers or caregivers, for whatever reason it got interrupted, it gives a very weird impression in our systems. Like, we're calling and we're not getting a response. Like, oh, that's the only thing I can do. I can call only like this and no response. There must be something wrong with my calling. So how
Yeah.
can I do it differently? Then so, oh, I don't have other options. So now it's like, whew, everything gets confused. The only signal I can give is not, doesn't get answered. So it makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. And there's a tolerance, of course, but when that happens a lot of times, it gives a strange imprint in how we move through life. But again, the good thing is now we're here. Now we're here. Now we're here. Now we're picking that baby up and let it scream and let it do. And we're holding it and we're as present as we can be. We're not running away from it, We're kind of okay. Here we are.
Yeah. And I can see that there part of it is also trying to protect itself for it to happen again.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is there's this scanning and this vigilance and this trying to overthink to see if in well yeah actually I also the if that is not needed it's also much more relaxing.
Yeah. It is needed. If that is the imprint, then it needs to do it. So let's honor it. Let's honor that it's trying to protect itself because that situation that it was put into or that where it found itself in was unbearable. Of course, it will protect that.
Yeah, but it
So,
is quite impossible to figure out if to this protection thing, like
yes,
trying to analyze things to see it also
yes.
doesn't work.
No, that doesn't work. No, that goes again into confusion.
Yeah,
But if it's acknowledged, if it's seen, it's like, yes, I see. Okay, you need to protect yourself here. Okay, I see. I see. You just go a
yeah,
little step back. You just sit down and take a breath. It's like you can tell the other, oh, I just need a little moment to myself. Don't even have to project or because you see clearly this is something very, very old and it comes to visit. You don't make it wrong, you don't make it right. You stop for it, honor it,
yeah,
and then
I-
at one point you will come out again.
yeah,
Yeah. And that can go on for the rest of our lives. That's what's called self-care in a way. It's like being so in tune with the system. So like everything in the system works together.
yeah,
It's like something is noticing is, oh, yes, okay, let me take a moment, take a moment, take a deep breath. Oh, need to retreat for 5 minutes or a day or something.
yeah, and it's
Let's take
very
that.
different than going in this loop. It just
Yes.
it takes care then of itself. Yeah,
Yes, exactly. It's like as if it, whatever that is, that intelligence recognizes, who there's a young being, got a strange impression of itself. Ah, come, I pick it up. I pick it up and I walk it and I rock it. And it's like, yes, I'm here. I'm here.
yeah.
It's taking care about itself in a certain way. Yeah. Huge difference. So because in that, it is still connected. You know, there's still the sense of connection. When it goes into, oh, I got to fix it, it's a separate, it feels like a separate entity, and then it freaks out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny, you know, to speak it like that because we are so into non-duality in a way. But it's the felt sense of connection with itself in a way that it is dual and it's not dual in a way, isn't it? It just takes care about itself because it sees clearly, because it's at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the end, there is nobody here, but it is. Ah, the mother takes care
I
naturally about her child, if it's possible, if she can, you know, if she can, if she can, you know, if her system got ah, enough nurturing and enough information, enough completion so that she will do anything. So, but then, you know, all our systems carry a bit of, yeah, this or that. But there's no bad intention, definitely not. Mm. Mm. And it needs a bit of, I mean, you know that already, but, you know, especially if we're dealing with young organizations that have an impression of themselves, it needs a bit of coming to them again and again. Let's say it like that. Yeah. I don't want to call it practice because it's so natural to us, actually, if there's peace. It's so natural. Of course, we go and pick it up. Mm. So that seems to be our job now. You know, our job, a way of coming from peace and picking all these little babies and bigger ones and even smaller ones, even prenatal, we're showing up, completing pathways that have never been completed, you know, closing gaps and fragmentations just by showing up, letting it grow into a more wholesome being. So there's nothing wrong. That's just what we're doing now naturally because we see clearly. Mm. Mm. How's it now?
Yeah, it's all okay actually. Like it feels very um soft and present and yeah.
Yeah, feels very soft and pleasant. It also feels very vulnerable. Mm. I
Yeah, and then
know.
but yeah, it and it feels okay that it's vulnerable. Like it doesn't feel it feels safe. Yeah.
Yes, Yeah, yeah, fantastic. Mm.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for bringing it so sweetly. Mm. Mm.
So grateful that you're there. Oh,
Mm.
oh, you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Thanks, Eva. Judith,
Hi, Meike.
good morning.
And good evening. Um, wow, the tears are starting to roll out of my eyes when you speak about that young organization and the prenatal.
Yeah.
Ah, and I had a strong night with a lot of tension and vibration on the heart
Mm.
and the thymus, with
Mhm.
the lungs.
Mhm.
And the last weeks, actually, already there's more tension in the system and also stomach ache. So something is going on.
Mm.
And I have actually not really a clue. But just being here and
Mm.
seeing now with the sensations.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Oh, this is, if I touch now, kind of, yeah, fear or terror after something. Yeah.
Mm. Do you have a sense of when this wired itself? A time frame? Or do you have a...
No clue
Mm.
right now. No clue.
Mm. Mm. So, I mean, normally that is prenatal, huh? When we have
Yeah.
no clue about it. So whatever that was that happened in the womb,
Yeah. But
to
it
pre-store
feels
it.
really like a strong terror or something. Something
Mm.
like really woo. And this
Yeah.
night it felt also so intense.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I really
Mm.
needed to sit down and
Yeah.
then I put a hand on my heart and I started to express the sentences of Ho'oponopono. And
Mm.
already when I just said, I love you, I'm so sorry. And tears came.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
slowly I could rest and I came back to the first chakra.
Yeah.
And slowly it calmed
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Wow.
yeah,
That is so wonderful, Judith.
yeah.
What a
But
capacity.
but it's so lovely also to bring it in connection now.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
other part. It's beautiful that I know the way how resource can happen.
Yes.
And it is amazing to feel now that more layers are showing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
Mm. I'm here.
Say again.
I'm here. I feel I'm here. It's coming true. Yeah.
How's it now?
It's calming down. And it's even more embodied.
Mm. Yeah, again, it so loves when it comes into space in a way, into connection, into felt sense connection. It's, yeah, it's all at once. Huh?
Yeah.
It's, yeah, it's a need actually, isn't it? It's a need.
Yeah.
Mm. A natural need.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm. Mm.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
Ah. Oh. Mm. Ah, I love so much that drinking and kissing. So beautiful.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Most natural thing,
Yeah.
most natural. Most of us never really got it. Mm.
Yeah.
It feels so natural, doesn't it?
Ah,
Mm.
so natural.
Mm.
Simple. The simplicity of it, eh?
Yes. Yeah.
It seems so far away and it is so
Yeah.
close by.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so simple. Only from here, eh?
Mm.
When you are in
Oh,
the other space.
only from there. Mm.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Juliet.
Mm.
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 Ah, Swantje.
Hey Meike,
Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen.
guten Morgen.
Mm.
I would like to share two things.
Mm.
My experience is that some conditions, when they are seen, they start fading away and they will not return.
Mhm.
And when it comes to conditions where the system is not feeling safe, even if it's seen why it does that, it stays.
Mhm. Okay. So you mean actually conditioning, I guess, huh?
Yes.
Konditionierung, no?
Yeah.
Yes, conditioning. Okay. Yes. Okay. Keep going.
And yeah, that was it.
Fantastic noticing. Yeah. So what I have noticed is, you can notice from a place that is just the pure heart, the spacious pure heart, that does not want anything to be a certain way, that is just happy with however it is. When something has been, a conditioning has been noticed from that place and might shift, it falls into place. Just because it can feel free in a space that doesn't have any condition, when
Yeah,
it can breathe, then it just, it comes down with a big sigh, and then it moves on. So now when there's a noticing and there is just the slightest idea that it could be different, it will not change. It will not. It will not. It can only change when it's free. It's very strange. I mean, it makes sense in a way, but the moment there's an idea, okay, I try to be very spacious and I try to be, the big heart, and here I am and I come. the conditioning knows that it's fake, and it will not change. You know what I mean? And it can be very sneaky, that noticing. It's like, I notice. Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe now it shifts. No way.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think
That's
that
my experience. Yeah.
there's a part that wants to have this different. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So let's,
sometimes.
do you want to be with that? We don't even have to speak about what it is, but just, that there is a noticing now that there's something that would like to have something different. So let's just see, just the acknowledgement. So, wow, thanks for showing. Thanks for showing. Because all of it makes sense in a certain way. And it hasn't yet really been invited into a space that is unconditional. Because I guess it's troublesome. So, it's not easy, let's say it like that. So that's why I love to start with just acknowledging that it shows itself. It's like, okay, wow, I see. And I also see that there is something that would like to have it different, which is natural. So not making it wrong. Yeah, just now we're seeing clearly, we're just seeing every little detail of it. And there might be lots of aspects that want it to be different. Yeah. So see, now comes a beautiful touch. That's already something is moving. Yeah. Something is releasing. Is that okay for you? Okay, cool. So because we don't want to overstretch this, because it's very, very vulnerable and also fragile. It shows itself here openly right now. So we need to be very, very, very gentle and loving with this. Yeah. So courageous that it shows itself. Now the picture has frozen. I'm not sure if I'm also frozen.
Yes, you are frozen.
Yeah, but you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you too. Now we're moving again. Yeah, cool. How nice. Life itself just gave the system a little bit of a break. Again, wow, miracle. Yeah. So now it comes a little bit back into strength, let's say it like that. Yeah. So very, very, very important in my experience to, notice everything, all these aspects. One that is stuck in itself in a certain way, it always does something in the same way and it doesn't know how to get out of it. And then there are another aspect that really would like it to be different so that it can have an easier life. And then there's another aspect that sees both of these aspects. Then there's another one that sees all of it until we come to that unconditional space that sees all of it. And then it might change, but it might not. In that unconditional space, it doesn't matter how it is. That's the funny thing. That's so strange when however we enter that by grace, then it's like, sweetest heart. Then the compare is there, then the love flows there. When there's just, it's okay. Then it's like, alles ist gut. Alles ist gut. So wie es ist okay. Just as it is, it's okay. Nothing needs to be different. So that which has been under pressure for so long, sometimes centuries, can take a breath. Yeah, for the first time in its life. Oh, wow, what, really? I don't need to be different. I can be like this. Mm.
I did not expect that it touches me that deep this morning.
So beautiful how life surprises us, huh? Mm. Yeah, and something is ready, something is definitely, we've known each other now since a few months, I think. We feel each other deeply nearly every day. I feel you around. So that's and then I know you feel me too. So that's always the proof. So we feel each other, and something in our systems connect, and check each other out. Where can we meet? Can we meet here? Can we, that's all unconscious. That's just what it does. And it doesn't matter that you are in Germany and I'm in Australia. It does not matter. It's so amazing. And then at one point, it dares to show itself. And that's this morning. Isn't it? I I find that I'm just always in awe when that happens and feel deeply honored. Mm.
I really feel connected to this group. It really pulls myself to come here. I changed my home office times to have time to spend time here.
So beautiful. I'm so happy to hear. Mm. 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 That place in which nothing has to be different, when we touch that together, it's actually life-changing. At least that's how it is from my experience in my life, in my personal life. That when that door opened and invited me into that unconditional space, I mean, I don't know what to call it. I'm coming up with words like the core of the core, or the heart of the heart or the innermost of the innermost, kind of, which is endlessly big, but it is so warm. It is, it's just home. That's what I call it. When that door opens, oh my gosh, it's, yeah, bodies start breathing. But that breath that nurtures every cell, that nurtures everything. Judith, just before, she said the kissing and drinking, it's like first it drinks and drinks, like, wow, I'm coming home, I'm coming home, I'm coming home. And then at one point, it's so full that it starts kissing, giving back. And such a beautiful image, isn't it? And it's like, but at the same time, it receives. So it's like, and And it feeds itself. It feeds itself and it feeds everything. Yeah, there's no one-way street anymore. It's just giving and receiving at the same time, like the yin-yang when it's moving. Yeah.
I would like to share something else.
Please.
I recognize that something is different than it was before. When I start sitting with myself or with you or in which satsang, whatever, it gets more quiet and the heart is like a flaming heart. It's really touched and always loved and in a movement. And yeah, sometimes there's there's one part of the mind is always here, and the other one is doing what it ever has to do in the daytime. And yeah, it's such a great experience, and it gives so much calmness and lovingness, and yeah, that's very beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, getting a taste of how it can be. Wow, what a gift. What a gift. So it's very clear the possibilities, how we can live this life, or how it can live itself. Because it's also very clear that it's not really in the hands of the ego. It's not in the hands of that which always thinks it can do something. It's beyond that.
Yes.
When that opens up, oh, yeah, wow.
I'm very thankful to have this life and that this life turned out that great. Really, yeah, what a great surprise.
Yes, absolutely. Esther.
Oh, Meike.
Hi.
Feel something is melting in my body or system and then coming with tears in my eyes. Really feeling a moment of doing nothing and not working and and the longing to, yeah, for, I don't know if it's a learning to feel a sense of belonging to in itself.
Mm.
There's a lot of movements or about around my
Mm.
heart,
Mm.
and last days it feels that it just doesn't know which direction it has to go, or
Mm.
it feels like it wants to go a direction, but it doesn't know how or what direction.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
But for the system, it feels safe now to feel all those sensations or
Oh.
thoughts around
Mm.
it, and
Mm. All right.
mm, the tears don't stop to come. They're still coming.
Mm.
now a kind of layer of defense I'm aware of.
Just on.
Yeah.
Mm. 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 Okay, like this?
Sorry?
Is it okay like this?
Yes, it is. It's nice to have a place to feel this with you
Yes.
and the group when that's possible. To have a imprint. And, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Esther. Mm.
Meike,
Yeah.
can I just
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
I have a practical note that I had to leave at 10:30 today,
Oh, okay.
so that you
Thank
know.
you. Thanks for letting us know.
Thank you.
I appreciate that very much.
Thank
Tineke.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I simply like to return to my body.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah,
How wonderful.
it's
Yeah. So something went out.
I feel I'm pulled out. Yeah.
But
Like,
something must also be in.
yeah, apparently that is yeah, that is a kind of presence, isn't there? It's so
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Something is also in. It's like as if that is noticing that something is out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just be for a moment with that which is in.
Mhm.
Speaking in this kind of terms.
Yeah.
Let's just be with that which is actually at home and let's see
Yeah.
what happens. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Should I give it words or just be present with
Yeah.
this? Give
Oh,
words? You'd like to give with
if
words?
words are coming, yes, if words are coming, please feel free.
Okay.
Would be nice. Nice to hear how that speaks, which is embodied, which is home.
Well, it's a sense of clarity.
Aha.
And for me, it shows up in colors. So
Mm.
there is clarity, which is sort of silverish golden glow,
Mm.
and greenish.
Mm.
Yeah. And
And
this,
do you notice that in the body or around the body, or where do you notice that?
I notice it in the body and it glows around the body. So it's
Ah.
like, yeah, it is, yeah, but it comes very much
Mm.
from the heart space.
Mm.
Yeah.
Does it also have a felt sense? Does it feel a certain way?
Um, yeah, it feels nice, good. Home is very nice, isn't it?
Oh, far out.
Yeah, it's a good place to be.
Mm.
Yeah,
Just hang there.
it's just not connected to anything. It can only, at this moment, this is all. And that is new to, yeah, that this is all that there is there. Yeah, yeah.
I really would suggest, as much as possible to stay there. My experience is it's so attractive to that which has jumped out or which is kind of not embodied, all
Mm-hmm.
those that hang around us. I mean, I guess we all have that. But that, when you tune into that silver golden light that you described, and green and coming from the heart, and it feels good, it's very attractive to all those aspects that are hanging around us, so that they want to come there. They want to come there.
Mm.
They just knock on the door like, oh, can I come in there? Can I also come in there? So the more you hang out in that space that you just described, the more that which is kind of out will come in.
Okay.
That's my experience. Yeah. That opens the doorways for those aspects that are insecure, or, whatever they have experienced, so that they had to fly out.
Mm.
Mm. And we can just hang out there together for a little, so and you see what happens.
Mm.
Just staying in that presence of the heart, greenish in color and silver golden light, and which feels so nice, like you
Mm.
said. Mm. Feels like home.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, see, breathing happens. Mm.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to notice that I start looking and
Yeah.
checking the body, right? Instead of
Wow.
staying there. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like,
Fantastic.
what is wrong? Or,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yes. Then rather, oh
yeah,
gosh, what is at home?
yeah,
What is it?
yeah.
And going with it.
Mm,
Fantastic. That was
yeah.
huge.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then the mind goes in what is missing or, all these other things. And actually presence is just being here, right? This is it. Yeah.
It's it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. With that, nice feeling, you said.
Yeah.
It feels nice. Feels nice. And it has these beautiful colors. Green, oh my gosh, the green I see, I don't know which one you see. There are so many different ones. And the silver golden light, oh my God.
Mm.
On top of it, to that nice feeling. Home, in the heart. Oh my God.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
And just that staying there for a moment invites aspects that, that might feel a little lost. They might just arrange themselves to fall into the heart in a gentle way.
Mm. Yeah.
And still, and we're just here. So simple. Ah, don't know. I don't have a better word, but you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
no big deal in a certain way. Nothing to work on. Yeah, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, when you say that, I think like, oh yeah, but I'm scared. The eye, right? The
Yeah,
eye.
see, that's an aspect that's kind of hovering around. So then let's drop back into that, which is at home.
Mm.
Because, that's just also a natural way of regulating itself. It comes home and then, ooh, it goes out again, and then it comes back home, and then it goes out again. And then it regulates itself into balance at one point.
Mm.
So we're not dismissing it, we're just seeing for what it is. That's something that has been a little bit out there.
Mm.
So, and then consciously acknowledging it, and consciously we're coming back to that which is already at home.
Mm.
You were so quick with that, Dinke.
Mm.
So quick. Immediately you could access that. And it's true, or I mean, maybe I'm
Yeah,
making
I
it
can
up.
feel it. No, I feel it very often.
Yes, me too. I'm always amazed how quick it is. I'm always amazed. It's just a
Yeah.
little invitation, and yes, of course. Chuk, there
Mm.
you are.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah. So, and then it might go out again, but you just acknowledge it. You're not getting stuck there. You just, yes, I see. Oh, something is scared. Let's just see. What is it that is at home? What is it at? How does it look like? How does it feel like? There it is. There it is. Mm.
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 Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is so very beautiful.
Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you for taking it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mm. Ellen.
Hello, Meike.
Hi.
Mm, 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 mm,
Mm.
mm. Mm, mm. Yeah. Mm, mm, ah, Mm. Maar let's see. If I still if I still can talk. Ah, there's coming so much information when I don't have the words for it. Something like that. Mm. Ah. I'm very grateful that you, how to say that, that you were, I don't know how to say, that you were traveling so much, you could say, and but that you were so interested to totally fall into this, you can say, and just by sitting with you, it brings so much information into my system, how to fall more, to rest more inside.
Mm, 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 mm. I hear you.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm. And I have to say, you're just giving the most beautiful invitation, Ellen. Otherwise, it would not be possible. You, you know, and all unspoken. So somehow our systems, I guess, because they know each other so well, or who knows why, or we just, yeah. It's like it's how it's like it's speaking to me. It's like, would you come with me here? And would you come with me here? And it opens all the doors so that my system can't other than yes, of course, yes, of course, yes, of course. So it's a two-way street, you know. It's yes, it's the sweetest invitation, and then it's like yes, of course, of course, of course, of course. Yeah, that's how I experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, there's so much, there's just trust of something. I mean, it's even not the
Yes.
word trust, it's just,
Yeah. It's knowing, isn't it?
it's knowing, yeah.
Yes. It's even it's going further than trust in a
Yeah,
certain way.
yeah,
Yeah. And it's both ways.
yeah,
You know, it needs to be both ways.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
yeah. It's nice to speak it, huh?
yeah. It's nice to speak it. Yeah,
Nice to put it to words.
yeah, it's nice to speak it. Then it gets more yeah, it's more, even more here. It's more solid,
Yes.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Falls more into the body, you can say.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, there's so much information. Yeah, it's no, it's knowing, and it's not knowing, and at the same time it's knowing.
Yes. Yeah. And no clue where it comes from.
Yeah.
It's like as if we are antennas or something like that, with all those feelers and tentacles
Hmm.
in all directions.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then to bring it just more here into life, just in daily life, you could say, in the how to, because at the same time, when we speak about it, it also sounds a little bit spacey, you can say, you know. But
Yeah.
it's also sounds a little bit spacey and a little bit like, but we know what we're talking about.
We know what we're talking
But it,
about. We can just warn everybody else. We're just right now somehow on the same frequency. So if it doesn't make sense to anybody, just throw it. Don't worry.
yeah, it's so funny.
We didn't take any medicines. It's just where we're finding ourselves. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, so to bring it more
Uh,
down, solid. Yeah, simple.
yes.
Hmm. Yeah. The last time I spoke with you, I think, I don't know, a few days ago, after the day of,
Anniversary of
yeah,
Milo's death.
yeah. It was so beautiful
Mm.
to talk, and after that there was
Mm.
a lot of crying, but it was so
Mm.
yeah, grateful.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. I love our conversations, Ellen. I love when it's quiet, and when we have it's our daily life. I love it. It's
Mm.
always very fertile. Oh,
Mm. Yeah.
mm, mm. love having I love having you in my life.
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's so good to know that about each other, isn't it?
mm.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
So really nice that I can say it.
Yeah, and to really let that in, because I know it for myself towards you, but the other way around, that for
Yeah,
you also it has this value to
absolutely.
connect with me. It's
Absolutely.
mm, of
Mm.
course, I,
Yes, of course.
of course, but there is something what sits in between it. It's not. Uh, I know, of course, because it's same. But there is
Exactly.
something, a kind of condition, or old information, you can say, what sometimes
Yeah.
sits in between. And
Yeah. But so what?
So what? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. This what
True.
you say. This what you say. You know, it's coming. Front door open, back door open. It's so
Yeah, yes, it's nice, huh?
wow. Yeah, it's really. I'm very. It's really like
Yeah,
you not to go in this all. You know, to take it so serious. All this information, old information, what
at all.
sometimes comes. You know, it's really okay.
Yeah, yeah. With that for centuries, huh?
Yeah.
In that kind of world, that and it's still around. It's like, you go out somewhere and you say, "Oh, how are you doing?" And the other person picks out of all the experience, picks out the worst. And that. I said, "Oh, that's very interesting. Why not picking out of all the experiences that we
Wow.
have? That's beautiful one. Why not?
Mm,
That would brighten up our coming together immediately. Like, oh, wow.
mm.
No, it goes mostly. It's quite interesting. So that's where we come from in a certain way. So I'm very, very, very conscious about it and practicing, or I don't know how else, focusing on wow, on the
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it
That's.
might linger around,
Mm,
all
mm,
the other stuff. But we know the truth. We know the truth.
mm.
We know the truth. We are all very important to each other. Each one, everything that crosses our path is an opportunity. Everything is an opportunity to fall deeper into peace. I mean, that's how I live. That's how I see it. Everything, whatever it is an opportunity to fall deeper into peace.
Yeah, and everything what happens also. And that's
Absolutely.
quite also quite a thing, you know, with Milo that he died. Wow. And then to well, you know, to also take it like that, that it's also an opportunity to fall deeper in peace and to feel in a different way. Wow, it's really
Absolutely. To let it rip you into pieces, which
yeah,
it has done,
yeah.
and
And
still your heart, your peace, wide open, available.
yeah, it's amazing. And also
Yeah,
then then he still
huge.
brings so much love in a way.
Yeah.
You know, then it it's wow. You know, I can see it also opened so many doors in that.
Yes. Mm. 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 Yeah.
Mm,
And every little, um, yeah, how can I say, all these where it rips us into pieces, every little detail needs to be acknowledged. We
mm,
can't dismiss it in a way, but it's also not there for us to hang in there,
yeah. Mm,
to get stuck that can feel
mm,
very rigid and stagnant and
yeah.
yeah, unmovable.
Mm,
So, because with experiences like that, gosh, it can be, a system can fall into bitterness and
yeah.
hatred, and I mean, just all of that.
Yeah.
It's very easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that all of that needs to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
But our job is, if there's a job, our passion or our, what life wants us to do is to see if we can bring flow into that so that our peace or love can be here in spite of all of that,
Mm-hmm.
and having our wings over those two, like
Mm-hmm.
not moving away.
Yeah, and then I can see, that even for me, for my system, that I also in a way do it for my mother who lost a child,
Yeah, there you go. Mm.
or for people who lost dear ones, that you then,
Mm. Mm.
wow, it's amazing because then it goes much further than my Ellen. It's a kind of transformation. You, yeah, how to say that? You're giving a transformation for for
Yes.
for being or something. I don't know how to
Yeah,
say it. For
I hear you.
you
It's
know,
like
I,
it
yeah,
becomes a service. All of a sudden, when
it
it's
comes to service.
comes here, it's like, oh, I'm here for. It
Yes,
becomes a giving back in a certain way.
yeah,
We become so very generous with when we've gone through something and see someone else going through it. We're so
yeah,
available to that.
yeah,
Mm.
mm,
And then it becomes a gift
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. I also love, in our exchange at least, we didn't need to stop anywhere, because it comes in waves, and then there comes another wave, and whatever wave it is, with that subject of Milo having to die that early in his life, it's like more and more comes home in that. So that's what I love, and it
Mm,
doesn't matter how long it takes.
no.
It does not matter how long it takes. I feel every time when it comes through, I feel every time little pieces come home in it.
Uh,
It's very, very precious.
yeah. And I can also feel because I showed Martijn the video of our last conversation,
Oh,
and he
yeah,
said to me, it always feels like we are sitting together there.
yeah,
So it
nice.
also I can also see, yeah, that's what we were just talking about, that you are in service in a way. So I'm
Mm.
speaking, but I'm also for everybody who is connected with Milo, for Martijn, for Eline, for it's just this whole
Mm.
subject of losing a child and everything what comes with it, how to deal with it
Yes.
and what it brings, and so
Mm.
something like that.
Mm. It's rich, huh? It's
It's
so
very
rich.
rich. Yeah, it's
Mm.
very rich. Uh,
Mm.
and to say that, of that losing a child can be rich. Wow, that's something.
Huge. Mm.
Yeah, it's still a little bit woo, to say, and
Yeah,
that's
I can. That's fine. That needs to be acknowledged too, because
yeah,
that's also our upbringing.
yeah. It's also woo to yeah. It's
Just to
really
acknowledge
to
and not getting pulled in.
yeah.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
mm,
because it's interesting that is actually there to make sure that
And now you're frozen.
we're not just putting a band-aid on.
And you were frozen, so I could not hear you.
Can use the yeah. Okay, cool. Now you hear me again?
Yeah, now I hear you again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that, that that was there, that actually wants to make sure that we're not putting a band-aid on the situation.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah.
Clear.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
So it's very important that it's there because it needs to be very, very, very real. We can't just say, oh, it's a big gift that Milo died, So, oh, I'm receiving the gift,
Oh, yeah.
If it's not vulnerable and coming from the innermost,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why those alarm bells go on. Yeah. And it notices immediately when there's an overstepping. Yeah. So those alarm bells are cool.
Very cool. Yeah. Because it has so many layers, so you cannot
So many layers.
you cannot really say something because it's changing all the time in a way. It's just with everything, it's just changing, and
We can speak it and then we go on. We can speak
yeah,
and move on. That's
yeah.
why I don't like to write things down. I would never write a book about this. So I would not want to make statements.
No.
Then somebody comes from 10 years ago, you wrote this, and now it's like law or something. So even the videos, I mean, I know they are very, very helpful, but it's just changing so constantly. So making any statements in a way is like, don't put it in a box. Just drink it in and let it go out again. Back door and front door open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Letting it move through.
And just see how it wants to move. What is moving and how it wants to move. I want to cuddle you. Thank you.
Big hug.
Big hug. Thank you,
Big
Mike.
hug.
Oh, one question. Are you going
Yeah.
to give how do you call it? Celebration? 5 day celebration? You planning to maybe?
I haven't planned yet. I
No,
haven't.
no, no. Yeah, just
But
let's.
I might for an event, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, since, I don't know how many people we are,
Yeah.
And so maybe I just make it a bit shorter.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe in April,
Mm-hmm.
because then we have the summertime again, summer,
Oh,
winter time, and
yeah.
it's only 8 hours. Now we have 10 hours time difference, and then
Yeah.
we have only 8 hours. So
Oh,
I thought of doing a long weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday in
oh,
April.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. Yeah. Now let's
Thanks
see.
for asking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, let's see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, you're still on. Oh, that's all cool. Okay, beloveds, until we meet again. Love and peace. Ciao.